Hey, Bridgewalkers. This is Manasi here. Today we are going to talk about what is the process of spiritual healing that connects to business success. For a long time, and even in our world today, spiritual healing is kept separate from the world of business. Business is perceived to be all about money, and spirituality is perceived to be just about ascension, just about achieving enlightenment, so to say. And those two worlds aren't mixed together. But our purpose as Bridgewalkers is to merge these two worlds. There's a spiritual world, but it does have a practical purpose in our life. So merging the materialistic world and spiritual world in whichever way you do it is one of the purposes of Bridgewalkers. That's why we are born at this time on the earth, because we understand the practical nature of spirituality. We intuitively get it, and most of us, or many of us, are already using it in our life to create the results that we want. My personal purpose is to bring spirituality into business. So today I'm going to share with you how to do that, number one. And I'm going to share with you a fun, fantastic opportunity to get started with healing yourself and hence your business. So let's talk about the business side first, because a lot of us are tuned into it. We face struggles into it in our entrepreneurship world every single day. So let's talk about that first. Then we will talk about spirituality. Then we will merge the two together. And then I will give you an opportunity to really kickstart this whole fun process of healing. It's a different way. You have never seen it before. You have never heard about it, right? So business part of it. First of all, you haven't even started the business. You are wondering, how do I start it? That's a lack of clarity. That's a big deal in business, right? I see that all the time. I have experienced it for a decade, where you feel not clear on what it is that you have to do, take as an action, make as decisions in order to create the business that you want. So first of all, have you even started a business? If you have started it, how much do you love it? Those are the two indicators you have to look at. Other struggles you're going to see is not getting clients, not getting the right clients. The clients that come to you suck your energy rather than energizing you. Not getting enough money, not being able to pay your bills through your business, having to hustle quite a bit in full-time job and then on the side hustle because the side hustle isn't picking up. And then everything else that we talked about: freedom of expression, joy, fulfillment, activities that you love. Do you love your sales? Do you love your marketing? Right? A lot of people, business people, I see creative entrepreneurs, visionary entrepreneurs who are doing business by sharing their ideas, by sharing their talent. They are worried about marketing and sales because they feel that's something they cannot do. They feel that that's going to be feeling yucky, right? So these are all the struggles of entrepreneurship. So first thing, if you are in any of these phases where you are experiencing one or more of these struggles, quite often it's a mixture of all of these. It's not just one struggle, although one may stand out very clearly in your head. If you're experiencing that, first of all, you're not alone. Everybody goes through this. This is the process of entrepreneurship. This is the process of learning. And the reason entrepreneurship is one of the best tools for spiritual development, for personal growth, is because of these struggles, because these struggles act as symptoms. These struggles are symptoms. They are not just obstacles in your way. They are here to teach you something about yourself. So what are these symptoms of? By the way, did I mention lack of confidence? That's another big one. Lack of confidence, so you don't price yourself the way you should. That's a common struggle in business too. Another another symptom that I didn't mention earlier in business is fears. Fears is what we call subconscious blocks. There is fear of failing, so you don't take actions. There's fear of success. Again, it can exhibit as not taking the actions that actually make you successful in the past. Fear of being seen, not getting on videos, not sharing your photos, not feeling comfortable writing your word and speaking your truth. Speaking your truth, another big one for Bridgewalkers, they do not accept their spirituality easily. And when they do, they don't express it that easily. So all of these are, there's fear of future, by the way, new one that I recently faced. Fear of future is not feeling that even if you do the right thing, the universe will support you. Fear of past, that you will repeat the past patterns. All of these are subconscious blocks. What are these struggle symptoms of? They are symptoms of what needs to be healed in yourself. They are the symptoms to show you where spiritual healing is needed. So that's the bridge between the two worlds. Business actions, or lack thereof, actions that you are not taking, they are the symptoms of where spiritual healing needs to happen. Now let's talk about the spiritual healing side. What is spiritual healing? Spiritual healing is understanding the true nature of who you are. It is understanding that you are a divine being living a human experience. It is understanding that you are one with everything else that is around you. And when I say understanding, it's not just intellectual understanding, it's experiential understanding. It's feeling and living this experience and embodying your divinity. In India, there is a principle called Advait. Advait. Dvait means duality. Advait means non-duality. You and God, source, higher power, whatever you call it, are one and the same. That's the principle. We are fragments of that higher power. We are here to collect data through human experience to understand our divinity. So ultimately, spiritual healing means to heal or to embody that divinity and expressing it. And when you express that, it becomes of service to the world. So now you aren't just living a human experience, you're making use of that human experience to raise the vibration of the planet. So spiritual healing is that understanding of how is it that you express the divinity in your unique way of being. And your unique way of being is called your dharma. Your dharma is a mixture, it puts together all the pieces of the puzzle of what makes you a divine expression. It can be your experiences, it can be your stories, it can be your talents, your skills that you have acquired. All of that form a unique way of being for you. That's called your dharma. And dharma is the vehicle. When you express it, you embody that divinity that you are. And feeling it in your bones is spiritual healing. Spiritual healing isn't just about ascending and going away from earth somewhere else. That's not spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is embodying. That is one form of spiritual healing that could be. But spiritual healing, especially for Bridgewalkers at this time on the earth, is to bring those higher frequencies and embody them through your expression. And when you understand that, now here is how the bridge is built. When business creates the symptoms and they tell you where this healing needs to happen, what it is actually telling you is in what ways are you underestimating your divinity? In what ways are you not expressing your dharma, your unique way of being? So if I'm afraid of getting on the videos and doing the videos as a marketing tool, if I'm afraid of doing that, if I'm making excuses that, oh, I'm just not good looking enough, or if I didn't do my makeup today, or I never do makeup, or I'm just not a good communicator. If I'm making all these excuses to get on a video, think about it. What message are you sending yourself? I'm not good enough just the way I am. That means you're underestimating who you are. And all of this, every single symptom, you can break it down into understanding where is it that I'm not seeing my true expression that I need to have. Because you're born to express that, but in what ways are you stopping yourself from expressing yourself freely? Because the business happens with ease, with flow, when you start expressing your divinity, your dharma, freely. When you automatically get clearer on who you are and just how you express yourself. When you develop confidence in who you are, and you aren't afraid of what XYZ person is telling you about what you shouldn't do. When you develop courage in taking the actions that are going to create the abundance that you deserve. When you feel in your bones that I deserve abundance. When you feel in your bones that I deserve money, I deserve wealth, I deserve phenomenal clients who get me results, and not me meaning me, get themselves results so that you feel fulfilled through their results. When you automatically start feeling that within you, Abraham Hicks calls it law of attraction. When you start seeing this in yourself, automatically, which comes through healing, then you create the business results with ease. That's the bridge between business world and spiritual healing. And what happens is as you heal yourself, you start making new decisions, you start taking bolder actions, and that's how the business grows. That's how the business becomes an expression, the true expression of your divinity. That business doesn't feel yucky, marketing feels like a creative art, sales feels like a place of an opportunity to hold a safe space for your potential clients who are rising up. The products you create feel a natural expression of who you are. And the confidence, which is seriously the biggest issue in entrepreneurs right now, other than lack of clarity, but lack of clarity, let's talk about that later. Confidence, one of the biggest issues, you automatically get confident in who you are. And that confidence is unshakable. Nobody can tell you that this is not your work. You are so driven by that vision that every day you wake up, you are inspired and you don't give a damn about what everybody else says about your work. You don't care. And you also understand that there are going to be people in the world who will do similar things, but none of them are an exact match for what you do, for whom you do it, and how you do it. This is in marketing, they call it niching down, right? Niching down isn't just about selling one service, pick a talent and sell that. Niching down is about real understanding of what you do for others, whom you do it for, and how you do it. And when you have confidence in these three, you automatically attract the clients that need it, because that's your service. That's what you're here to do. I brought in lack of clarity. That's another big issue that entrepreneurs face. When you heal yourself spiritually, you're so connected with the universal energy. Your intuition, you can access it on demand. On demand. I can close my eyes like this and I can instantly raise my vibration, or I am actually in that vibration where I can instantly communicate and channel, through which I get the wisdom or inspiration that I need. So your intuition gets so high that you aren't worried about, should I do X or Y or Z? Like all that overwhelm that entrepreneurs face, all of that goes away through spiritual healing, because you raise your vibration to a level where you can access your intuition on demand. And when you do that, you automatically know what is the right step for you. You don't have to worry about somebody else telling you that. You don't have to worry about going to another free webinar, going to another, downloading another PDF just to see if you're on the right track. You know you're on the right track. You can design your own business strategy. And I said this in the last chat, that there is no formula, one formula for success. There is no one system that fits all. You have to develop your own system in business for success. And you can only develop that system if you know yourself. And knowing yourself and how you express your divinity, that's the spiritual healing. And when you heal yourself, it goes back and builds another bridge in the business world where you take bolder action, make new decisions, and through those actions, new decisions, you grow. Not just yourself, but your business. And let me just clarify one thing here, that spiritual healing isn't destination. Spiritual healing is a journey. It just continues. Your healing just deepens and deepens and deepens. And so your actions get bolder and bolder and bolder. So it's not like you wouldn't change your ways of expression 2 years from now. That's going to happen. You are going to do that. But every time, in any given moment, if you have healed yourself enough, you understand the power of your free expression. So at any given point, you are going to be expressing yourself freely. Now you will develop through business better tools, better practices as you work with more clients, as you gain more experience in life, in spirituality, in business. Your business, your expression is going to shape and it's going to come out a little bit different every time. But you're going to feel confident, and you are going to feel the power of that free expression at any given moment. Okay, so that's why it's a journey and it's not a destination. It just keeps deepening. Okay, so what is going on in your mind as you heard all this stuff? As you heard, what is coming up? Because what is coming up is also a mirror to where healing needs to happen. Some of it may have triggered you, meaning rubbed you in the wrong way. Some of it would have resonated with you very well. And in either case, it's a mirror to where your growth opportunity is. So once you now know this, what is the next step? How do we detect some of the, I mentioned only a handful of symptoms here. There are a ton of symptoms in business. How do we look at those symptoms, and how do we heal bits and pieces of us that ultimately lead to a bigger overall spiritual healing? Because if you think about it, spiritual healing is still an abstract concept. What exactly do you do when you say there's a need for healing? What exactly do you do? And then there are these actions. They are pretty concrete. You automatically see what you're doing and not doing in your business. You see that. So they're pretty concrete. How do we go from that to abstract? And this is where my system comes in. I cannot call it even my system. I just have a different way of looking at things. The system existed all along. And that system is the 7 chakra. Chakra, C-H-A-K-R-A, that's how it's pronounced. Chakra is an Indian word that literally means wheels. There are energy centers in your body that are chakra, that are wheels. They are moving. They may not be moving at the speed you want. They may not be moving in the direction you want, or they may be stationary. But those are the wheels. When you start directing your energy to those individual wheels, they get going in the direction that is right for you. And when all of them, 7, and these are major centers, there are minor centers, but we are not worried about that. Major centers brings major healing. Those major centers, when you work with them and you get them going in the right direction and all in balance, you automatically heal. And you automatically experience the true energy of who you are, which is very high vibe. And that's when you experientially understand these words that spiritual people talk about. We are one. We are one with the universe. Advait principle, which I said, non-duality. I am the source. I'm part of the source. I'm fragment of the source. All of this, you experientially understand it. You feel it in your head, in your heart, in your body. So healing that comes through the 7 chakra is phenomenal. What I did not realize until recently was that that's what I was doing, but I was applying it. Until now, it has been applied to life, it has been applied to ascension, it has been applied to spirituality, but it hasn't been applied to business. And I realized that's what I was doing. Anytime I saw that there was a business symptom that needs to be healed, I was basically looking at which one of my chakra the imbalance is in. And then I would heal it so that that symptom goes away. I even channel separate energies of each chakra to tap into the wisdom of it. So in the last 2 months, I started using this for my clients, and the results have been phenomenal. They instantly get the clarity on who they are and how they express themselves, and it's easier for them to move in that direction when they get the confirmation that this is my direction. I'm not too much, I'm not too little. Right? So that application is phenomenal. So that's the system I have now developed in the last few months. Something else I have developed is a list of symptoms that people experience in the business and how they relate to each chakra. But then healing yourself, not just through because spiritual healing to me, essential oils, crystals, tarot cards, all of that, those are just the tools. Those are not the deeper healing methods. Those are external tools to aid the healing. The real healing, it comes when you get new perspectives that so resonate with you that you instantly have a mindset shift. You make new decisions based on those perspectives, and then you take different actions that wasn't your old pattern. When these 3 things happen, new perspectives, new decisions, new actions, that's when the healing gets embodied. Meaning it just doesn't remain intellectual anymore. It becomes a part of who you are. It becomes a natural way of your being. And all of healing that we are doing is to leave the clutter behind and get very focused on what your dharma is, because that's what healing is. So the new ways of action are going to feel natural for you. So in order to heal, I use business actions as the tool to heal. So I recently had a revelation that I'm actually a healer, but my modality is business actions. So I look at those actions as symptoms. I look at what needs to be healed in the chakra, which chakra needs to be healed and balanced. And then through business actions, I help you heal it for yourself. So all of this, how is it now coming together for you? When I realized this, I realized there is nobody talking about this. There business as a tool for healing action isn't being talked about, right? Maybe that's not, maybe I'm 100% sure, like that's part of my purpose, right? To talk about, look at materialistic world and use that as a healing tool, because ultimately healing needs to be grounded. So what I have created is a fun opportunity for those of you who want to get started with it, to get kick-started on this healing journey through business actions. I have created a challenge, and it's a free challenge to participate. Each day, we are going to take a look at the biggest imbalances, the most common imbalances I have seen in each of the chakra energies. And we are going to take one action, one simple action. And believe me, healing actions can be simplest. They don't have to be huge, big actions. They're the simplest actions. We are going to take, and in some cases not take, some action that is going to get started your chakra to move in the right direction at the speed that you want it. Because chakra is the wheel, right? It's in Western world, they use the terminology your chakra is blocked or open. That's not the right way of describing it. There is nothing blocking you. There is no block here. Your chakra can be stationary, meaning it doesn't have enough energy to move in the direction that you want it to move. So what we are going to do is give it the momentum. Like, think about it as pushing the car. We're going to give it the momentum in simple actions to get it going and flowing in the right direction. And once that whole thing starts, like, imagine a gear system that's running a machine, which is our body, our energy. And they're stationary. The machine isn't moving anywhere. But if you get going, even like simple push, all the other gear starts moving, and you can raise the energy way up high in the crown, and you can bring it down and ground it into your daily actions. So that's what this challenge is going to do for you. I can't wait to get on this challenge with you. Bye, everybody.